G'day ladies and gentlemen, it is Dougville here. We've got a Zerg vs Protoss today on Neo Planet S. One of our signature players, starting up at the top right hand side, as our red Zerg player, is currently playing for Team Fnatic Array. He is a wonderful young Zerg player from the C scene. It is Petraeus. He's, just having a bit of a go on the NA ladder today. Well, in this game at least, perhaps not today. But this is a part of a replay pack that was dropped off on Team Liquid by our Protoss player down at the bottom left-hand side here as our blue Protoss player known as HelloKitty. Now, HelloKitty's been around. He has been around for quite a while and has recently been making a little bit of a splash, making his name known a bit around the circles of the Heart of the Swarm schools. He's been in the NA Premier League. Was unfortunately knocked out. It was a very strong group though. I mean, there was Suppy, there was Ryung and Hart were also in the group, and unfortunately HelloKitty was not able to go through there. He was then also in the Challenger League as well, but unfortunately went down to State, I believe it was, 3-1. So we'll see how he goes here. As I said, Petraeus, one of the very good Zerg players down here in the C region. As he says here, he actually lives in New Zealand. Having a quick chat about school holidays and things like that. Petraeus also, I don't know if I've actually mentioned it, one of the very young players as well. He's I can't remember exactly. He's 16, I think. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, he's a damn good player and certainly someone to watch out for. If you see him in tournaments, whether it be in the C region or over in NA or things like that, do keep an eye out because he is a very good player. He also streams a little bit as well on his channel, so you can catch him there. I quite often retweet when he's going live, so you can catch him on Twitch, and it is certainly a very nice learning experience to watch such a talented player. So HelloKitty, he's starting us off with a gateway inside the main base, 2 probes on each of the guys is here, so he's going to look to do what is pretty much a very standard sort of way to play Protoss versus Zerg here with the Mothership Core kind of opening. You generally will get out a Zealot or 2 perhaps, then a Sentry, and then also your Mothership Core. Take your expansion down at the natural, and like some people do it different ways. It sort of depends on how you want to go about it. But the big key thing, which is important to consider, are the 2 guys in the gases here. Because if you have 3, it limits your minerals a little bit so that your natural is delayed by a tiny bit. If you have like 1, then you limit your gas, and it's sort of a bit of a balancing act. So some people at very high levels will really have calculated out, like one player who comes to mind from Wings of Liberty who did this quite a lot was Sase and even Naniwa, who had really calculated builds. They'll say like, alright, at the the 4-minute 15 mark, we put 1 extra probe in to make it 3. And then, at, the 5-minute mark, we take that probe out. And it's all these kind of really well-calculated, crazy sorts of timings where a player knows exactly when they need that extra little bit of gas, when they need that extra little bit of minerals and all these things to make sure that they have an adequate defense and an adequate economic basis to start their game off. So we'll see how Petraeus evolves from here. It looks as if we're going to have speed coming up as quickly as possible. We've still got some of the drones in gas as well. Interesting to see that. Normally a lot of players, what they do when they face a gateway expand is they'll pick up their speed. Once this gets to, it's sort of player dependent, how greedy you want to be, they'll then take their 3rd base. Because once you know speed's on the way, if there is the possible threat of 4 gates or any sort of gateway timing, you can look at getting a whole bunch of lings out. And speed lings will generally do a decent job of defending those sorts of early gateway attacks. But as we can see, Petraeus is actually continuing on with that gas income here, and I would not be surprised if we see him, okay, he's actually going for pneumatized carapace. This is not what I was expecting. I was going to say a lair or perhaps burrow very quickly here just to try something a little bit interesting, but he's going to get the pneumatized carapace. We do have a 3rd queen now popping out at the natural base, and with no attempt to go for a 3rd base here, it looks as if he is just getting very prepared for something fishy coming out of HelloKitty very soon. And in fact, speaking of fishy, we've got the 2 gates down here at the natural. We've got the 3 inside the main, so that is a 5-gate total at the moment for HelloKitty. So looking to possibly push out on the map very soon is our Protoss player here. He's actually going to throw down a pylon up at the top side of the map, but very wisely, Petraeus has an overload prepared to go, but unfortunately not in position to scout that out. He will see that probe now coming through, and with Ling speed just finishing up, as we heard from the Zerg Queen, whoever it was, I can't even remember who it is who says that stuff. We can see that Petraeus is actually going to catch out some of these sentries. Does he actually? Wow, if HelloKitty saves this, unbelievable. Actually saves his sentries, having a complete spaz attack inside those force fields there. Saves the sentries, but does lose a few of those force fields here, so he's not going to have as many as you would like to have. And Petraeus, upon seeing that pylon there, is going to be suspecting, alright, well, we've got something a little bit heavy coming out now from the Protoss player. So he gets his Roach Warren, that is already done. We've got a little bit more gas now coming in for Petraeus as well, just to make sure he can crank out those Roaches as quickly as he can. And along with a couple of Queens, the lair is now on the way. We can see that there is a Spine Crawler ready to help defend as well. And with some Roaches, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This is one thing about this map is that if a Protoss can move into a position here where they can sort of force field this off, then it becomes very, very hard for the Zerg to sort of break out, and you can have these situations where you know, you get to sort of time and time again a Zerg player will have their Roaches cut apart, like the force fields will cut some of them off so that the others can't engage, and that's why we can see Petraeus wisely moving a Spine Crawler out here just to position itself outside. But we do see that the Roach speed is on the way and some of the Roaches getting caught outside. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The Spine Crawler does go down, Roaches and even a Queen outside the natural base here for Petraeus, so he's in a little bit of trouble right now. HelloKitty building up those pylons outside, but the Roaches are able to bust out. We've got 6 Roaches still here, 6 more on the way, and with some, wow, some really nice transfuses there from Petraeus. He keeps some of those Roaches alive when realistically they should be dead. So at the moment, Petraeus looks to hold this up. Yeah, I think he's going to hold this. We've just got enough units here. This is sort of that, this is the thing which you commonly see from Zerg players, is they will want just enough to defend. You don't want to overmake your units unless you're going for a counter push, but you don't want to have too little, because obviously that means you're going to die. So Petraeus is just going to have enough here. These Roaches will survive. The Queen's coming out as well, and with the Roach speed now researching as well, and even Burrow is also researching for Petraeus. So he's going to have Burrow available, just suspecting that HelloKitty may try and continue on this attack with a little bit of Burrow micro. He should be able to take the fight to his opponent. As you can see back at home for HelloKitty, what have we got available for him? Basically nothing at this point. All of the gates are up and running, which is all nice and good to have, but I mean, when you've got an Overlord scouting out what's going on, he can see that there is basically nothing here for HelloKitty to defend against a Roach counterattack. And with all these Roaches now just marching their way across the map, they've got their speed, they've got Burrow just about to complete, 8 more Roaches on the way, a 3rd base now going up for Petraeus, and this is going to look very, very dangerous right now for the Protoss player. The Roach is actually going to intercept some of the Stalkers on their way back home. Will the force field go up in time? Looks as if not even attempting to force field that base there. In fact, does he have enough energy? Yeah, I thought he had enough energy. I was a little bit surprised he didn't force field that earlier, but forcing a force field down here means that Petraeus was able to move his Roaches inside, and we can see that with a little bit of Burrow micro, we're keeping these Roaches alive, able to regen underground with that ridiculous amount of regen that they have, and this game is going to go the way of Petraeus here against HelloKitty. There is just no way to try and fend this off. He's trying to chrono boost an observer out so that he can see the burrowed Roaches, but I think it is a little bit too little too late right here. So many Roaches now popping out, and back at home, Petraeus free to drone up, free to get his tech up as well, +1 on the missile attacks now just being added on, and this means that with all of these worker kills here, there is no way that HelloKitty is going to be able to make his way back into this game, despite the observer now coming out. Just too much to deal with. And you know, that was a really, I'm not sure about that attack from HelloKitty. It sort of felt a little bit early, like perhaps, sorry, actually felt a little bit late. I'm not exactly sure. I don't really try to sort of 2-base gateway attacks, but a GG comes out of HelloKitty. Nice counterattack from Petraeus to be able to take the fight to his opponent, recognizing with that scouting overlord that his opponent basically had nothing back at home to defend, and was able to get the Roach speed, get the Roach burrow, all of those things up and running, which enabled his counterattack to do so much damage. So Petraeus takes a win off HelloKitty. Make sure you share, subscribe, make sure you check out the players' channels and Twitters and all those cool things, and I'll catch you all next time. It's because you can guarantee that now the Muslim has stabilized for the moment. He's got these continuous Marines now popping out. In fact, as I say that, they're not as continuous as I would have thought, but he's going to look to possibly go for some drops right now, and the time